Hello internet, thank you for joining me in my leg workout. Full transparency, this workout is actually from Friday, but I thought I would save it and post it on Monday because we could all use a little bit of extra motivation interjected at the beginning of our week to get ourselves started off on the right foot. So I decided to hold off and I posted today. It was actually a really awesome workout. This was the first workout I did right as I got home from my trip, and I was tired, I hadn't slept very well, and for whatever reason I had all the motivation and energy and ambition in the world. I think it was just kind of like pent up. I just couldn't wait to get back to my own gym and doing my own things the way that I want to do them without being in an overly crowded gym. So I certainly put that energy to good use. Can't necessarily remember all of the weights and reps or sets that I did. I'd have to look it up, but I do remember my last set I got up to 222 pounds for like a set of 7 or something, so that's pretty good. I used some of my fractional plates here this time around. I prefer to use the smaller plates for the belt squat, because if I were to put a larger plate on the bottom, it might stop my range of motion because the side of the plate would actually touch the floor before the bottom part of the belt squat. I don't know if you fully understand what I mean. I actually have 3 tens underneath those 25-pound plates so that they're lifted up so that they're not too close, so that the floor, they touch the floor and then it stops and I can't get as deep as I want to. I mean, even this is not necessarily as deep as I want to go, but basically the floor stops me from going any deeper. I don't want the plates to touch the floor first, making it even less range of motion. So I always try to elevate and don't use any of the bigger plates with the bigger diameter. So, but the problem is now that I've basically run out of small plates to use. I have 35s and stuff, so I could do more weight, but I don't know how well it would go. So every single smaller diameter plate is being used now. That's why I added the fractionals. I wouldn't normally go up 2 pounds on the belt squat. I would make the 5-pound jump or whatever. But do not fear. I have just ordered a few extra 10-pound plates so I can continue to progress on the belt squat. So those will arrive probably before next weekend. It was a set of 4 10-pound, just crappy ones or whatever from Amazon. Nothing fancy, just to kind of, keep the belt squat train going. But other than that, a fantastic workout. I also did my dumbbell Bulgarian split squats today. And I also did the reverse lunge on the belt squat. I had removed that movement for a while because it seemed to more typically give me the shooty pain that I mentioned before that I was trying to avoid. But this time I did the weights a little bit lighter and did it really slow, especially or a little bit more controlled, I guess. Just being really mindful, trying to do everything I could to make sure that shooty pain going down my quad didn't happen. And so I was kind of able to, I guess, somewhat control it. So it was very, very minimal. And so the reverse lunges felt really, really good on the belt squat today. I'll keep to them, but typically what happens every time I add those belt squat reverse lunges back in it, the second I start to add weight, then every rep, no matter how controlled, makes the shooty pain happen. But we'll see. What I did today was so that to kind of justify the lighter weights, I supersetted it with my plate side leg lifts, so that it was kind of okay that the weights were a little bit lighter, so that I can kind of continue on with the burn with just a superset. So that works out well too. I mean, I may just stick to it being a superset and not necessarily do heavy weights if I feel like it's contributing to that kind of shooty pain. But what else did I do today? I don't really remember because it was so many days ago now. Anyways, well, thank you everybody for being here, and thanks to anybody that noticed and decided to join up to my channel memberships that I once had and then took away and have now officially brought back. I did notice a few people have signed up, so thank you. I appreciate you. I'm kind of excited to make that like a more personal vlog section, to make videos with a little bit less pressure. And I feel like the whole world is watching me. Well, you know what I mean, just anybody could. The whole internet could have access versus my, nice little secluded membership area where I feel like, I don't have to worry so much about, overthinking things or having any negative comments or anything like that, because it's a safe place. So thanks to anybody that joined there. I look forward to making additional content to just post there as time allows. But something that I was kind of thinking about, this was longer pre-rambling than normal to get into the official video rambling. So once again, I'm sorry it took 5 minutes to get here. This is what I want to talk about today. Anybody that has been following my channel for any length of time kind of knows that I have had changes in goals where I've done the sort of bodybuilding more thing, weight loss thing, muscle growth thing, and the powerlifting thing. And more often than not, the love of my life, the thing that was in my heart was always powerlifting, wanting to get strong, always wanting to do the barbell compound movements and having more of a powerlifting split with lower reps and that kind of thing. And I have obviously, as you can tell, I've stepped away from that goal. And I never say never. I don't want to say, well, it's 100% permanent this time. I've said that before, and then I always go back to it. And the thing is that I have to be honest about it. I have to be honest with myself, and I don't know if anybody else has kind of gone through this experience where you love some kind of aspect of the fitness world, and you love it so much, but you're not good at it. And you may have tried to be good at it for 10 years. In my case, you may have tried to be good at it for 15 years, maybe closer to 20 years. You try to be good at it. And then you realize that every time you start up again, or every time you try to start a new program or find new ways to get strong or whatever, you're excited at first, and then it leads to the same thing that always leads to, which is frustration and like acknowledging, you're like, wait a minute, I suck at this. I'm never going to be good at this. I never have been good at this. Competitive standards, I suppose. When I even see in tested federations, when I see the people that I would have been competing against not even being able to, hold a candle and definitely coming in last place in any of these competitions, fun or not, you realize it's like, why, I'm always going to suck at this. And, I get excited at first and I love it and I really, really, really want to be good at it. And I've always wanted to be good at it. But at some point I had to be honest with myself that I'm not good at it and I never would be or will be good at it, and that it leads to a more frustrating, dissatisfied, mad at myself kind of outcome every single time. And more often than not, those workouts trigger my OCD because they're never good enough, they're never perfect enough. And then when I go to the bodybuilding thing, which was not the love of my life, it is certainly workouts that I enjoy, but it wasn't like this, I don't know, this insane passion, like love of my life. Oh my God, I'm so excited about what I'm doing here. It was just a different feel, but that the outcome was more in my control, because with powerlifting it was like, okay, I have to hit these numbers. I want to see this strength progression. And then when that doesn't happen, it's like, well, that wasn't in my control. I tried as hard as I could. I physically couldn't lift it. Or if I had tried, I would have hurt myself, 100%, no doubt. But when it comes to bodybuilding, it's like, well, the only thing I have to do is work really, really hard. Every time I go in, no matter what, all I have to do is work really, really hard, and then I've accomplished what I needed to accomplish, numbers aside or whatever it may be. As long as I put in the work, then the outcome I want, I don't feel so frustrated. I feel like I did what I needed to do. I can be at peace with my whole day. So it's like, it's less OCD triggering, it's less anxiety triggering for me to do the bodybuilding thing, to do the kind of, muscle building, bro split thing that isn't so focused and obsessed on numbers in that regard. It's just about putting in as much effort as I can, and then I can leave the day, leave the workout, leave the session feeling like I did okay, and not be mad at myself. Almost every powerlifting workout I would leave being mad at myself for some reason or another, and almost none of my bodybuilding workouts do I leave feeling mad at myself. And it's the way that it is. I mean, yeah, it would have been great if I was at least middle of the pack or intermediate when it come to powerlifting, but I wasn't, and I don't necessarily know why it was. I mean, certainly when it comes to squats, I know that my femurs and my leverages played a huge part. I don't know what it was. It just, my genetics, my potential, my capabilities when it came to powerlifting were not anything to write home about, is the bottom line. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, you know what? I've accepted that at this point. And now that also plays into future gym equipment ideas. And obviously some of the equipment I have now is not being used because I don't powerlift anymore. And that's why I guess the gyms have to change as I change and I come to places of acceptance, or where I think going forward I would be happier, because I'm not continuing to pursue something that I get upset about constantly. And I know that, comparison is the thief of joy. We don't compare ourselves to other people. And I didn't incessantly do that. I'm not really on social media, and I didn't go to competitions, but I wanted to be better. I wanted to at least feel like I was getting out of it the massive amount of effort that I was putting into it, because I sacrificed so much of my life and sleep and all this. It was like the number one most important thing, yet I wasn't really, getting out of it 2% of what I put into it. And so I'm at this place now where it's like, you know what, this is what I do feel I am good at, and that maybe this is where my heart just needs to stay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.